I honestly don't even know where I'm going to be able to sell this honey, but I figure since I have it, I may as well try. And you know, I think I may struggle with this loader. It seems like it keeps pushing my tractor to the side, so this is going to prove to be quite difficult, it seems. As you can see, we'll see how this is going to work. I have a bad feeling about this one. I don't know what it is with this tractor, but it just seems like it keeps sliding for some odd reason. Either way, we'll still be careful. We'll try to get this loaded as gently as we can. And maybe the sliding can actually come to our favor somehow. I think. Much like so, that should do it. You know, I really have no explanation as to why my tractor keeps sliding like it does. But for some reason it just seems to want to slide. Whenever I have these pallet forks basically. Nope, don't do that. So I'm not sure if it's a tractor issue or a pallet fork issue or what the deal is. But it always seems to want to slide as soon as I start moving. Anyway, either way, we're going to strap these down. There we are. I guess there's no more straps in between. That was a poor loading job on my part, but it's okay. Now I want to go to the store, which is pretty much over that way, close to Lone Star Bales. And I can actually show you. It's the top left corner of the map. So it's going to take me a little bit, but we'll see if we can get there, and we want to see if we can find a place to sell this honey. Otherwise, we may have to, you know, see if we can sell it somewhere down at the DF Grains or something in that corner. Maybe there's a bakery or something. I don't know. Anyway, we're off. We're gonna go see if the store up at the north is gonna take it, and if not, we'll let you know. We're at the store now, and this is Lone Star Bales and Lone Star Livestock, so I don't think that they're going to be accepting the honey here, but there is a store right behind, and that's where I'm aiming to go now. See if they'll have a place to sell our honey at. Would be nice. Well, what do you know? At the store here, Lone Star Goods, we can sell honey. That is awesome. That is just fantastic. And why don't we take a look and see how much that brought us? Our harvest income was $2,000 for 1,200 liters. So we're not, you know, we're not starting a new bank or anything, but we are making a bit of money off the honey, and I'm sure once we get a lot more, you know, it's gonna pay off a little better. But for now, it's all right. And yes, this field of corn here, off to my, well, soon to be right side, this is the one I've really been eyeing up. I'm really hoping to be able to score this contract, because I'd like to do this field. It's a fairly big field, but it is really nice, and I enjoy doing corn for whatever reason. Combining corn, just for some reason, it's enjoyable. So hopefully we'll be able to get some of that corn and combine it all down. And you see that there's a field of sunflowers off to the left, and that'll be a nice contract too. There is also a field further down south, and I believe, oh sorry, it is field 14 or field 12, I don't remember now, but that one is ready as well, and I believe that one has sunflowers. So plenty of opportunity if the contracts open up. So I'm just gonna bring this wagon on home, and we're gonna see if we can fast forward time just a little bit, and hopefully one of the contracts opens up. You know, it didn't take very long, about 9:30, and this contract for the corn was suddenly available. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to focus on doing the corn ready to harvest. We got the contract for it. I am planning on selling this wagon, and what I am getting instead, I'll show you in just a second here. I'm thinking of taking it the next step up, which would bring us to this gravity wagon. We can do extensions on there. Right now it's 8.8, and I guess it's 11.3. We got the old logo, the old triangle. So this is the wagon I'm hoping to use, and yes, I am going to be buying this. There we are. And so if for any reason that wagon does not work well, we'll still use the wood one, and maybe we'll use both. I don't know yet, but for now we're gonna try that gravity wagon, see if that does any better, see if it has more capacity than this one here. But yeah, we also need to get a combine. You'll remember my other combine was just rented, the Bison, and the old FAR ran out of diesel, and so I just sold it because I couldn't do anything else with it. I didn't even have a jerry can or anything. So we're going to rent ourselves a couple combines. The first one I'm going to rent is going to be a Case, a 1400, I believe it is. So let me show you what we're dealing with. Yes, the 1400, and specifically we're going with the smallest one here. It's the 1420. This is the next combine that is going to be available to us. So I will be renting this little guy, and I'm going to be putting a corn header on him, and we're going to see if we like this combine or not. This one has a fair bit of room to improve. So we're looking at 112 horsepower at its lowest, all the way up to 210 at its highest. So there's definitely a lot of room to improve and room to upgrade on this combine. And we shall lease said combine for $5,000. Very nice. Now if you have a combine, that also means you need a header, and we already know that we are not going to be putting on a huge header on there. So this header right here is, I believe, an 8-row. That's probably going to be all that that combine can handle. There is a 6-row, but that belongs to the Bison. We don't want to deal with that. And besides, case goes on case, right? Even though this has a much newer logo. But we will also just lease it because it's simply just to get this job done. There we are. Now it is worth mentioning that the farmer who gave us this contract let us rent his combine as well. So right now I'm sitting at about $7,800 in costs of renting, but I also didn't want to spend enormous amounts of money buying a combine if I wasn't quite sure that I was going to like it. So here we go. Let's see if we can hook up this combine to this header here. Alright, we will disable straw swath. You can see some of the farmer's equipment is standing here. We won't be using the wagon or anything like that. I don't think it's necessary. We want to try to keep our equipment as much as possible. But the farmer's combine shall be used on this field. That I do plan on using. But so far, I'm liking this combine. It looks great. It reminds me of a Case combine. Like everything looks exactly as I would expect it to look. So I'm fairly certain that this is going to be our next purchase. That being said, we never know for sure until we actually try it out. So why don't we do that? Why don't we take it to the edge of the field here? We'll set them into motion, see what it looks like. It's got lots of light options on them, that's great. You don't want to hit that sign. Just break our header right away, eh? Here we are. Can it handle an 8-row? It does not appear to. Unless the worker just doesn't know what to do. Okay, lower header. Insufficient horsepower for this. My goodness. I wonder why that is. That is wild. Well now. So much for this plan. Okay. This thing doesn't say what horsepower rating it is. But this one here, oh man. I'm gonna rent it and then it's not gonna work and then I'm gonna be upset, aren't I? Lease. Well, it is a cheap lease though. So there is that. But will it fit? That is the big question. Otherwise, I rented this combine for nothing. Yeah, honestly, that would be a little disappointing. Let's quickly go and see if we can get this mounted to that header. So, can't do an 8-row header. Go figure. Yep. Oh, we can. We can actually mount the bison to a combine or to a case. Alrighty. It actually kind of looks like it fits on it too. It's kind of old and square looking. It's not very well smoothed out or anything. So it's probably perfect size for it. And yes, even with a short spout, we got lots of room here. That is perfect. Okay. Try this again. Now, fingers crossed this works. Oh yeah. There we go. 7 clicks an hour. Well, we're not winning any races, are we? That's okay. You know what I find funny? Those vehicles are driving as slow as the combine. They are not moving fast at all. I don't know, are they rubbernecking, just trying to look at my combine? Or do they somehow have like an imaginary trigger that they can't drive past the combine for whatever reason? Can't quite figure that one out, but it is hilarious. I wonder if they're going to basically follow this combine all the way along. Oh, you know what else we're going to do? Wherever this guy stops, we're going to cut a swath across just so we can do it in 2 passes, so I don't need to drive quite as far. Yeah, because my combine stopped, all the traffic also stopped. I don't know what their deal is. It's like there's some sort of hit marker or trigger point or something where they can't pass because my combine is in the way, even though my combine is meters and meters away. But no, they're all stopped. We got 5 cars lined up. It really is hilarious. And the other guys are stopping out too. That is great. The reason why I'm pulling 2 wagons right now is because I just want to see what the capacity is on either one of these. I don't remember anymore what it is on this wooden wagon. So I'm just going to do a little test here and see how much capacity I have on this wooden wagon. And whatever it ends up being, that'll be good. I'll fill up the wood wagon and then I'll try the gravity wagon, see which one has better capacity. But I am thinking of sticking with the gravity wagon just because it is a nicer wagon all in all, and I think it is the way to go. It'll also make it easier to dump by augers and everything. But like I said, what we're going to do now, oops, we're going to lower that header, and we're just going to cut straight across here now. I want to make a pass so that I don't need to drive the tractor quite as far, especially with this little combine that we have here. I feel like I'm going to be driving way too much if I have to go up and down along the entire length of the field. That's at least the plan for now. Well, we got our path through the center all cut, and the little 1420 combine is doing its thing. By the time it's at the far end, it'll be full again. But it did look like the other combine there, the rental combine, well, I guess both are rented, but yeah, the big combine is full too. And I imagine that one's going to fill almost both of these wagons. which should be fun. We'll be able to gauge a little better who has the better capacity on these wagons. And who knows, I might just haul both of these for a while. We can do top speed here, and so it's pretty good. I got nothing to really complain about. So let's see what we got going on here. Get ourselves under that long spout of it. Let's see. Maybe something like so. Alright. Yes, give me all the corn, please. I guess this wagon does have 12,000 liters. That's a good capacity. I'm starting to think maybe my gravity wagon is going to be less than 12,000. That would be interesting. We might even just get completely filled this way. Oh my goodness. Oh, maybe not. It might take a little bit more to get this thing completely full. Or 98%. Oh my. You know, I think, just a sneaking suspicion I have, but I think that the gravity wagon may have just a little less capacity. Just a wee bit. I can't quite be sure. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to drive beside it and see if I can get the gravity wagon filled all the way up. Open up that spout of yours. Let's see if we can get him to dump some more in there. There it is. Yeah, the gravity wagon definitely has just a tad less. See, that's fascinating. It really is. I do like the gravity wagon better for the way it looks and the way it operates, but it does have just slightly less capacity. I do have a bigger gravity wagon as well that I can get, but I think this one here is good enough for now. And I am quite thrilled that the tractor can pull both of these wagons quite handily. That is really nice. This Super M is ticking all the boxes, isn't it? Wait for that van, and off we go. This time we're going to be going to gate number 1. Last time we were at gate number 2. This time it's at gate number 1. So I'll see you guys there. Back at BF Grains here, and I do want to just double check that it was indeed gate 1. Yes, gate number 1. There is also some sunflowers here that we need to do too, but we're not going to worry about that one today, are we? We want to just focus on getting this corn done, and hopefully there'll be some corn left over for us to take home as well. Right about there's a good spot. You can see with the gravity wagon we have the spout off to the side, and the dump trailer just kind of dumps off the back. A little less realistic, but you know, it is what it is. And yes, the gravity wagon is definitely going to go slower because it's got a much smaller spout. This is good for hauling your fertilizers and what have you, stuff that needs to go on an auger, right? That is where the gravity wagon is really going to excel. And in fact, there are gravity wagons that do have augers mounted to them. So that might be something we'll explore maybe in the future sometime. When you have such a huge field, it always feels like you may have bitten off more than you could chew with such tiny combines, which is why I'm so happy that we were able to grab the farmer's combine and just rent that as well. Makes life just a little bit easier and a little less tedious, right? I don't know where he's dumping, but it's sure not in my wagon. Pardon me, Mac. But yeah, I gotta wiggle my wagon a little closer for you. There you go. That's better. Yeah, I love that we're able to rent the combines from the farmer as well. It is a few $1,000s off of the wages, but in the end, it makes the episode go by so much quicker. And it is something I would do in real life as well, right? You would try to use a farmer's equipment as well as your own. Well, we've finished up half of the field and we're just starting the second half now. And you know, I think that is probably far enough for this episode. I think you guys kind of see the picture, right? You guys see what's going on here? And it's gonna take a little while, and eventually we'll get this field done. It'll just be another hour or so. So I think with that being said, why don't we just leave it right there? You can see the other combine's busy at work too. And yeah, you guys know how it feels to get combine at this point. Don't want to make these episodes too long, do I? Alrighty. Well, thank you guys very much for watching, for hanging around. Next episode, we'll see. Maybe we'll do some sunflower, maybe we'll do something else. But there's always something going on here at the farm. So come on by next week and let's see what we got going on. Alright, take care.